Hello, my name is Romy, Casty Baby and Momo Boy are both chitching on my bed. Recently, I feel like I have been just discovering such a love for vintage content, vintage clothing, vintage fashion clothing YouTubers. I have been a collector of many things for quite a few years now, and some of those things I've come to realize have been vintage clothes. And this was kind of unintentional because I tend to wear the things I buy, and I buy things that I think are pretty, and a lot of those things tend to be vintage or antique. But I thought it would be interesting to pull together my favorite vintage pieces that I own and kind of showcase them. Tell a little story about them. We know I like talking and getting sidetracked. Recently, the op shops have reopened here, and when I went in, I bought this shirt and I love it so much. It was $2. I'm not sure if it's vintage, but it's definitely a vintage style. It's got like balloony sleeves and this really cute collar, and the buttons are kind of like worn in a way that makes me think they're relatively old, and it's just ran into the Hogwarts Express. It's also got this really cute, I can't get up high enough, this really cute detail here. It's quite difficult to pair with things because it's kind of a cropped fit, but oh, I love it so much. It's my new favorite shirt and I will wear it forever, please. Thank you. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my favorite pieces from my vintage clothing collection. First up is this. I feel like this is the iconic Romy dress, but that's probably just to me. It is my iconic Romy dress. I bought this maybe 5 years ago from an op shop, and it was between $2 and $5. I think it was $3.50 just in the costumes, and I don't know how old it actually is, but it's this gorgeous, beautifully detailed, beautifully made, floor-length gown, debutante gown, so many layers. I love it. And it is the dress I wear for my Ghost A on TikTok in the Hogwarts Professor's tag, and I have been putting this dress on at least once a week, usually 2 to 3 times a week, for nearly a year now. And it's felt the wear of this. It's definitely felt the fact that it's been worn a lot more than it's probably intended to, but I will love it forever. It's very special. It's so beautiful. Then we have this. This is incredibly crinkly because it has just been washed, but it's this a beautiful real craft original all cotton kind of slimline dress with these lovely applique flowers. It feels like a linen-y texture. It's this lovely sage. Is this sage green? I'm not sure. And this was in our dress-up box for years and years and years. It was my mother's, I believe, and I've now removed it from the childhood dress-up box and put it in my wardrobe, but I've never actually worn it for anything, I don't think. It might have made an appearance on a TikTok once, but it's so beautiful and I love it so much. Then we have this incredibly 70s dress. We've got paisley, we've got a necktie, we've got these like multifaceted honeycomb buttons, we have a belt. It's amazing. I don't know how much wear this will get compared to some of the other dresses here because it's very out of my comfort zone, but I just love it so much and feel so fashionable in it. And I got it about a year ago from an op shop for maybe $4 and I love it a lot. It's very kitschy indeed, very kitschy. Then we have this dress, which is incredibly beautiful. I'm not a huge fan of the button on the front, but hey, what can you do? You can remove the button, Romy. It's this gorgeous, gives me 50s vibes, quite long dress, very long, gosh, that's long, with these beautiful clusters of purple and blue flowers on a check pattern, and it's so lovely. This one is not technically mine, but it now lives in my wardrobe, and I think it's just so beautiful and I admire it a lot, and it's so swishy. Then we have this one. This one I think was actually a gift for my birthday quite a few years ago, possibly 10 years ago. But anyway, and it's so pretty, and I really do love this one. It's got, again, the bell sleeves, which very nice. And it's got this kind of graded polka dot pattern. Again, has a belt, very nice, very swooshy. I like it. It feels quite 70s again. Thumbs up. Then we have this. This is a beautiful 50s cut dress. I am guessing all of these ages. I don't know specifically. I could be saying this is 50s, and in fact you'll say that is very much a 90s style. I don't think it is, but hey. Beautiful dress. I love the cut of this and the arm style. I just think it's so simple and yet so beautiful. This again was one of my mama's, and it has now moved into my wardrobe. It comes with this like purple belt. I'm not the biggest fan of the belt, but I understand why it's like a block color. I just feel like maybe it could have been a nicer shade of purple, possibly. Very nice. Very nice. You've got your roses. Maybe they're not even roses. I always thought they were purple roses. Kind of abstract. Very, very nice. Claps for you. Little dress. Then we have this one, and I could gladly wear this every single day because I adore it. I have worn it for a couple of different costumes. I wore it when I did like an Anne of Green Gables look. I wear it for one of my TikTok OCs, a fantasy character, and I just love it so much. It is quite sheer, which is the only thing I have to wear a slip with it, and the only slip I have is black, so it's not like the neatest look, but I just think it's so incredibly beautiful. You've got like slightly fluted sleeves, you've got a little tie at the waist, you've got this little double Peter Pan collar situation and a little necktie, and I think it's just so delicate, dainty, simple, beautiful. Thrifted this one myself, can't remember when, but I remember the fact that I love it now. Another thrifted piece. I think this cost me maybe $4, possibly. This one I got 2 or 3 years ago. It's this very soft material. I don't think it is vegan, but it doesn't have any tags. With delicate, gorgeous beading all over, focused at the waistline, cuffs, and then this beautiful beading of flowers and swirls and curlicues and everything glorious all down the front in golds and browns, and it's just so incredibly beautiful. And have I worn it? No. Do I adore it? Yes. This one I think is the last of my mama's dresses that I have in this collection, but it's this gorgeous, gorgeous, I don't even know what the material is, but I feel like I need to say taffeta and silk and all these amazing words. It's gorgeous. I love it so much. It's this very iridescent kind of check pattern. And then we have this one. This I also thrifted quite recently in the last year. No idea at all how much it cost me. Certainly under $10. It's this beautiful red, is it wool? I don't know. Polyester wool mixed dress with, again, a belt and this kind of, they give me Art Deco vibe panels on the front. It is just beautiful, and with this one I was a little hesitant about getting it because it's quite shapeless, but the tie really cinches it in and it looks beautiful, and I love it. This is my blazer. I love this blazer so much. It's gorgeous. I saw this and I saw a future of myself where I wear this, and I haven't hit that future yet. No, not quite. But I'm so glad I have this. I've used it as a costume piece a couple of times, and I just think it's so darn amazing, and like it's such an interesting piece of history, and I love it. It did have buttons down the front, which I removed because they were very kitschy and not quite to my taste, and other than that, I think it's gorgeous. Absolutely glorious. Then we have this. This coat is an enigma because I don't know if it's handmade, I don't know if it's vintage. It could be vintage handmade, I don't know. It's always been a bit of a curiosity to me. I think it's so beautiful, and I was like, I don't think I'd wear that, but then I put it on. And I fell utterly in love in the most dramatic sense because it just fit so well and it was so nice and it's just beautiful. It's one of those coats that is just so beautiful and you can't quite work out why or how, but it just works. So far this is not going well. This is the third time filming, second time I've had to turn the camera off. Let's hope this time works a little better. I would like to note that whilst I was filming all these costume shots, I was listening to the guy who didn't like musicals, mostly Show-Stopping Number on repeat because it's my favourite, and that maybe explains a lot. Then there's this beautiful dress. Again, not one that was initially mine, but it was left behind and I have gladly taken care of it. And I wasn't actually going to keep this because it is so incredibly fragile, and I didn't want to keep it if I couldn't wear it, but then I decided that I am keeping it because it is so incredibly gorgeous. It is light and dainty and flowy, and the fabric is very fragile and there's quite a rip in one sleeve, so I will either mend that or remove the sleeves, which would be a shame because they're so incredibly beautiful, but it's just 4-leaf clover or flowers and it's so beautiful and shirring and incredibly incredible. Then there is this incredible vintage wool coat with the most phenomenal lining. I got this for my birthday many years ago, possibly a decade, from Etsy, and it's just so phenomenal. I love it, it's beautiful. Then we have this, which I have always adored. Again, one that was left behind, which I have happily taken care of. This reminds me, it makes me think of the Katniss dress because there's at a point in the books she is mentioned as wearing a yellow dress, and when this was bought it was around the time I was most into the Hunger Games, and I was just like, that's the dress. I want the dress, I love the dress, and I just adore this. It's so beautiful, and I have no idea again what fabric this is because it's really interesting. And I don't think it says, but utterly gorgeous. Probably quite wrinkly, stunning. Another one of my own op shop finds. This one comes with a belt, but I don't know where I've put it. I think it's on a different dress. But it comes with like a plasticky blue belt, and it's this very simple, delicate, dainty, beautiful dress with lovely pleating for perfect swishing, lovely little like blackberry buttons, and so much frill that it's just perfect. Love it. And then this, I think this was 50 cents at an op shop, and it's this little vintage like nighty cape, bed cape thing, I don't know. I love it so much. I love the colour, I love the kind of dainty delicacy. I love how it looks just paired with a regular outfit, which is how I would wear it, and it's so pretty. I really apparently gravitate to this kind of light blue colour. I love it. It's so nice. Very good. And then this, my new favourite dream dress. I bought this recently off Depop, and I bought it for a few reasons. One, I was searching for a dress for my new Jedi character I was creating for TikTok, and two, I just fell completely in love with it. It's this beautiful, feels to me very 40s style dress, so incredibly flowy, standing outside and having a gust of wind come at you, and the flowiness is incredible. The arms are a little too small for me, so I am considering removing them, which would not get rid of the flowiness, but they are incredibly beautiful, so I am debating it. So much detail and every single piece I just adore of this, and I'm so thrilled that I have it now because it's just an absolute dream. And so that is all of my favorite vintage pieces in my collection. I would love to know which was your favorite piece. Which piece did you just think was top tier? I love so many of them so much. I think they all have really special attributes, and I like looking at them and thinking, I got this then, or I was doing this when I got this, or this is where I got this, or oh my gosh, this is stunning and so flowy. But that is my collection of vintage, mostly dresses, and until next time, that is all from me. Bye. I did a little curtsy.